Welcome to the Fantasy Pavilion, your home for fantasy sports.
You're like a circle that floats around me.
Team here, you all in the comments. Let me know what you all think. Poke some holes, right? Losh, guys, he's much. Guys, thanks for watching. Losh. All right, time to go. Please tell the people the team that you back to. Please.
Well, I can show you. That one right there.
God. I'm gonna edit that out in post, right?
Welcome to the Fantasy Pavilion. We go live in 10. Number 9.
8. Yo! 7.
Number 6.
5.
Entry. Welcome, guys. Welcome back to the Fantasy Pavilion, your home for fantasy sport. And of course, we are here to do a review of game week 32. Finally, we have a game week where it's not jointed, and we could just focus on one thing and then do another. And of course, we are here joined by Shamir, our resident Liverpool expert. How you going, bro?
Hi, JFD. All right, cool. How you doing?
I'm all right. Nervous for tomorrow, or you cool?
Yeah, not too nervous. I want to see how Klopp plays it in terms of rotation. So I want to see how we line up. But not too bad. Not too nervous. We play in Anfield, 3-1 lead. I don't expect any antics like how today had antics. So
Right.
if there's one thing Klopp will do is he will manage that game. It won't come to no kind of Liverpool of the old where you have 3-3 and we scrapping for points and things. Not like the weekend.
Yeah.
It'll be managed against a Benfica side that coming into Anfield. We should be fine.
Yeah, I think you all have to
Knock on wood.
once you all control that midfield battle, I think it'll be
Yeah.
fine. And you'll have enough. I think you'll have enough depth there to cover it.
Yeah, we
Once you'll
should be
cover
okay.
it,
Should be okay.
yeah, that should be fine. All right, so of course we're here to discuss game week 32. It was it started off bumpy for me, but we'll get into that. But it was bumpy. Only three the saviors were, of course, but we'll talk about that. You all know my saviors already.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that. All right. So of course, let's run through the fixtures. We could finally do this comfortably.
Yeah,
Because we have a little
definitely.
distance between the game weeks now. Long time we haven't had that in a while. Normally, have to compile them together. So I'm glad we could finally and comfortably run through the game week. So, of course, we are on Friday, right? The game week started Friday.
Yeah, first game.
We had Newcastle 1, Wolves 0. First of all, were you shocked by this result?
A bit, yeah. I didn't expect Newcastle to keep a clean sheet against Wolves. That being said, Wolves is not the most attacking side out there. And Newcastle have been doing well defensively since they bought Dan Burn. And just Eddie Howe has been surprisingly keeping them under a tight ship or a tight ship. So I was surprised with the 1-0, but so it goes.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Wolves can
Mhm.
see 2 to be honest with you. I was
Yeah.
shocked by that one as well.
Yeah. And again, same thing, the same theme for this week, last game week, and I think about 2 games before. They're scoring in the end. I'm watching my clean sheet points. Yes, savoring my clean sheet points because y'all know what I have in the back. Watching my clean sheet points, saying yes, 12 in the bag with some bonus. Let's go. And then, look,
Penalty.
go on.
Who got to the penalty, by the way? Like, who got to the... Sa, it was Sa. I found it a little shaky for penalty, yeah? A little bit. It wasn't... I'm not saying it wasn't a penalty, but it was a little soft.
Yeah, I agree too. But
Yeah.
well, I'll tell you why. So it goes.
Yeah.
Of course, so I like to over the goalkeepers quickly, of course. So no save points really for Duraka, but he had to put on some keys. I think 1 or 2. He was decent. Sa 3 saves, so that's what kind of helped me with some points. Still got 3 points from Sa, taking that any day of the week. And of course, Christopher Wood finally getting on the score sheet.
Yeah.
Finally rewarding certain managers who would have picked him. I hope this, kicks him on for the rest of the season. He doesn't have much time again, and he needs to
Hmm.
be firing, especially without where they have no more what's the guy named Callum? Where they have no more Callum. Because I
Yeah.
don't know whether and then there's no more oh gosh, the wing back who was helping out as well too is injured. So Fraser would have to step up, Willock have to step up. So let's see how that rules. Again,
Mm-hmm.
nothing from Wolves. Of course, Jimenez would have been suspended. So I think he should be back for the next one. But Wolves have an issue. And I think we have an issue if we're looking for some cheap attackers. Wolves are not that team.
Yeah. So my question is, do you sell your Wolves defensive assets or are you keeping them? Because they're
I
blank in
will.
33, yeah?
I'll keep them.
They're
I'll
blank
keep
in
them. No,
33.
well, I'm free agent in City 3, so I'm not worried about that. That's cool. That's
Okay.
my plan.
Okay.
We'll
Okay.
talk about that as we but my
And they
plan is to free
play,
it.
they play Burnley. We're talking about that later in the week.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, we can talk
And
about
there's
that
a point.
right after when we
Okay. Okay. Okay.
watching our
Okay. Yeah.
teams. Yeah, but no, no,
Okay.
no.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good to plan ahead. But no, I have my plans because I have them and I have Villa assets as well too. Because I think it's
Okay.
Leeds, Wolves, and Villa that blanking into the 3.
Okay. Okay.
So by free agent, so I'll cover there. And
Yeah.
no, I wouldn't drop them because again, look at Sa with his save points. I have Raya on the bench. Raya is solid as well too. In case Raya having some good form right now, so could always just swap out for Raya. And Cody has
Yeah.
been very solid. Cody could come with the odd goal in crunch time. You just never know.
Mm-hmm.
And now speaking of odd goal, bruh, if I tell you I did not see this, nah, way I didn't see this coming. I'm not gonna lie to
I
you.
I think it was Antonio that said how there's such bad form that they will score against United.
Hmm.
I could be mistaken. It was Antonio or Abba that mentioned
Aye,
that. You remember them
aye.
to saying something like that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it was
Somebody
Antonio,
mentioned
but
it yeah, somebody mentioned it that how they could see Everton beating United because Everton in such bad form that they have to pull something out of the bag and it's against a United side that also not doing well. I think
yeah.
I don't know. But
But
whoever had Gordon, congrats to them because
yeah, boy. I know a few people bought him.
4.6.
Yeah, I know a few people
Yeah,
bought him.
I think he's a good enabler and a lot of people's sides replacing
Yes,
Ramsey,
yes,
right? Because he's getting like solid minutes. He's a very attacking one. I think he is more essential in your side in this Everton side, sorry, than Calvert Lewin, might
yeah.
I
Even
say.
agree. Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
then he doing
because
set pieces too.
that's the thing.
Yeah,
So his minutes not being rotated that much, right? He's on set pieces, he's returning, and more than Richarlison and Calvert Lewin. So if I was to get one Everton's asset, it would be him. Just on an enable basis, honestly
yeah,
speaking.
yeah,
Because you would
yeah,
really ever get a pick for a clean sheet. Like that's
yeah,
what is that?
yeah. What
That
is that?
back line, is honestly shocking from Man United
Sus.
against this Everton side. Ridiculous.
I
So
agree. But yeah, I think he's the best asset really, for sure.
yeah,
And
he is for Everton, yeah.
I wanted to mention this guy right here, right? I
Not to
know
mention him,
you.
I mention him.
No, no, no. Just now, you spoke about him in the
I
release.
did, yeah.
I put an eye on him. And he's not doing too bad. I think he had assists previously. And then he come
Yeah,
with some bonus points in this. I'm not saying by him, guys. I just watching.
yeah,
Maybe next season when they improve. And if he's in
yeah.
the starting lineup, maybe as a cheap defender, maybe. But because we already have to
When
start looking ahead at next season one time.
yeah,
No, we had to
when
start.
it's true. When they change managers and if they stay up, right? I think the Everton assets in the back, Mylenko and Coleman will again become good assets.
Yeah,
But as of right now, I'm not ripping up my back line for
exactly.
no
Mm-mm,
Everton assets. Not at
mm-mm,
all.
mm-mm,
There's
mm-mm.
one there's one there's a flash in the pan kind of thing.
Especially when we have two particular big boys in the back that could perform
Yeah,
in the big games, and people
yeah,
like to say one of them can't, but we'll get there. We'll
yeah.
get there just now.
Mm-hmm.
So big up Gordon,
And
of course.
people talking about getting United assets for this
Yeah,
double up.
I was one of
233,
those.
right?
Fall back. Fall back.
I will not say don't do it, but because I've been burned with Man United assets and over the AFCON and whatever, right? Rank has suffered because of that, but I still can't see how barring Fernandez and possibly Sancho that any United asset is worth having.
Yeah.
De Gea is not worth having. God forbid you try to buy a defender from Man United. Well, why would you do that?
Hmm.
Yeah, so look at the attackers only if you can Man United, and not the striker that people tend to buy. That's just my opinion, but so it goes.
Yeah, I even mentioning that striker one that they're
Yeah.
talking about there. We move, right? So of course Ben
Mm-hmm.
Gordon, the only
Agreed.
asset. We move because I ain't wasting no time on that.
Hmm.
Right? It's nothing to talk about there. He didn't score against Norwich, and that was it for me. When you cannot
And they,
score against Norwich,
and they play Norwich again to the tree, eh? So
bruh,
what
bruh,
we
I
see.
believe I captain and Pookie for that. So of course, Watford nil, Leeds 3. Leeds actually keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, I
Leeds
think it's because
scoring
Cooper being
goals.
back, eh?
They're doing the balance. They're doing the balance.
Yeah.
They're doing the
I think it's
balance.
because Cooper came back, right?
Yeah.
Cooper and Lorente.
Yeah, and
So
Aileen,
those,
oh, now that the back
yeah,
line looking a bit familiar now,
yeah,
right? The
correct.
middle,
That's what it is.
yeah, that is it. The middle getting solid now. Harrison getting his back his minutes. And Rodrigo firing, so they have something to work with now, and they
Yeah,
keeping the ball. Yeah, I
yeah,
really thought Kucho might have got something from this game,
yeah. He's
wasn't it?
he's pretty dangerous, but
Yeah, yeah,
you win some, you lose some with
that's
the
it.
Watford attackers, eh?
Yeah,
You win
but
some, you,
boy, something
yeah.
you lose more than him.
No, but here we go on, eh? Here we go on. Honestly speaking, right? In a in a in a numbers game and odds and thing too. Your budget strikers are not the ones you're banking on to pull you goals every weekend. You have them to enable other assets, and you have them to
Facts.
pull 2 points plus.
True, true.
Assist here,
A
assist
key two
there.
points. Yeah,
Yeah, right. So fellas like Cucho and Green will pull our assist today, right?
yeah,
Gelhard, these are fellas that enabling you to have a Hurricane or have Salah and Son,
correct.
etc. Right. So I personally not expecting Cucho to fire every game. I am hoping to catch him on his purple patch, which he probably has passed, unfortunately, for managers who have him right now, right? But it's not to say they're going to get rid of him because, again, these budget strikers tend to pick up goals in odd times, i.e., Pookie against,
Yeah.
So
Facts.
it's
Yeah,
a it's a it's a hard sell for me. Like I wouldn't sell him just so unless I'm trying to do something different.
correct, correct.
Yeah.
And you
And
see
Rafinha,
another enabler. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
We had to talk about
Rafinha. Look at
Rafinha. Yeah.
Rafinha, 10 points, first time
Double,
a double
first
digits in a
double, yeah.
while.
Finally, not
Yeah,
first, but in a, yeah, as you said, in a while,
in a
for
while.
once.
Yeah,
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that breakdown. Goals,
yeah,
clean sheet, bonus, points, everything in the bag, no bad at all. We have Rodrigo scoring. We spoke about Rodrigo on the show.
yeah. We
I
did,
think we even
we
put
did.
him in
Yeah,
our lineup. Yeah, we put him in our lineup to have our the lineup that he should go with. Harrison, of course, with one of the goals. James, I mentioned James, and our Abba was not having it, but as I swear, I spoke about James because James having some decent form
no,
recently.
well,
Not consistently though, but some
I
decent form.
I go back about now because James is basically the English Traore.
Woo! That's harsh way. Yeah,
I said it, and I'll
yeah,
stick by it.
harsh way. We
I,
now, but
I said it, and I'll stick by it.
He's coming trumps. He's coming trumps sometimes,
Exactly how
especially
Traore used to
when
come in trumps.
yeah.
Exactly how he used to come
But
in trumps with the assists.
to be fair, James way more trump than Traore when he's at Wolves, because especially when the big
Fair.
boys weren't there, with
He
no
does have.
Rafinha, no Bamford, he step up.
Yeah, I would give it that. He does return a bit more than Traore, but if you're looking at direct comparisons, Traore is
Right.
is the man to compare him to because he
Oh,
had a pace. He's
right.
getting the box.
Correct.
Is the end product that has hit you
Correct.
a disappointment every so often. Almost he doesn't. If he was more clinical, he would be 10 times the player he is right now. So that's the
Well,
only thing keeping him back. His final third passes and stuff.
fair enough. All
Or
right,
quicker
moving.
by Rodrigo over James, or
Yeah.
Rafinha over James.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
any day, for sure.
And yeah,
All right.
definitely.
So next up we had Southampton 0, Chelsea 6. Won't lie
Yeah.
to you, Sham. When I was watching this and I saw the first 3 goals, I said, Lord, 9. Don't tell me 9. Please, no 9. Don't do them that. No,
Huh.
gosh. Southampton have not been that
Yeah, I
bad
was worried. I was worried. I was
that they
worried
had to get
myself.
9 points. Oh, gosh, don't do
Yeah,
them
boy.
that, man. I was worried, but they held on for a 6.
Like there's in the
um,
mood, boy, for some
yeah,
reason.
yeah. Foster with
Yeah, boy.
8 saves. 8 saves. Let that sink in, eh?
Yeah.
8 saves. These are 8 shots that are on target. So forget 9.
Hmm.
It could have been way
Hmm.
more than 9, right?
Study
Just
how
let
you
us
earn a
sink.
point. You earn a point after
Yeah,
conceding 6 goals.
yeah, because of the saves. The saves still
Yeah,
save
that's
him. Because
crazy.
minus
That's
3
crazy.
conceding the 6. Yeah, he still get a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no saves really for Mendy
Mm.
rock back. So Alonso, of course,
You get a
with
goal and a clean
with
sheet.
one of their goals, clean sheet points, of course. Then we had Mount, right? We always have a
Yeah,
back and
boy.
forth with Mount, always not sure, but Mount came up trumps. And again, he scored today in Champions League, so might be someone to
Yeah.
have for the rest of the
7.5,
season.
I believe his price is
Yeah,
7. I'll
not
tell you just
yeah,
now.
better jump on him before that raise. He might raise, definitely might
He might
raise.
race
Or if
tonight.
you already raised again, yeah, yeah.
They play
So
Arsenal, West Ham in next 2 fixtures. So I don't
yeah,
know how I feel about that, but
why not?
and
Those two teams, food right now, food,
well,
food.
true. Okay, fine.
Food. One,
But how
one,
hmm,
one of them have a coach that's not ready for this life right now, and then the other one have a team with glass legs playing in Europa League. So I think is the
true.
best time to play them, the best, because Leon gonna run
Yeah.
them ragged again this week. So this is the best time to
They
play
will
those
be
two
tired. They
teams.
will be tired. I
Yeah,
agree. I
the
agree.
best time to play these teams.
Fair.
Right, so of course Mount with 2 goals and an assist, something I love to see. If he would have been a great captain choice.
He'd have
Of
been
course,
awesome.
Havertz with 1 goal. Werner,
Yeah,
not
boy.
just scoring 1, but 2 goals.
Plus a goal
Double
today in Champions League.
figures. 15 points he scored a goal in Champions League. He finally got the run across goal because he didn't do it against Southampton. So he
Hmm.
finally got it against I don't know if you saw that miss Shamir against Southampton
Nah, I
when he
didn't.
hit
I
the
didn't. I
post.
didn't.
Same thing he did today against Real Madrid. Run across goal, hit the post. And I think Mount was there to clean up. Open goal.
Okay.
Open. This one was harder
Hmm.
that he scored today because there were a lot more
It was a
defenders
it
in
was a
front of
good
the goal.
move. Good goal. It was
Yeah.
a good goal. Won't lie.
And of course, this guy. This guy is the
Yeah.
worst. My goodness. But you'll never bring him in as an asset, but he always comes in some once in a while with something. This is his second
Yeah.
straight contribution, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Second straight contribution.
I'm not
But
sure
if I'm not
about that
mistaken,
one.
I think he assisted. No, not today night. He didn't assist today. But Kante, boy, oh Lord, boy, one of those. But of course, Mount looking good. Of course, you can't go wrong with the back line.
Yeah.
I would say Rudiger for sure. And Rudiger scored today. Rudiger scored the week before. So I will always go with Rudiger as a
Now,
safe
now
nail.
that they're out of the Champions League, I expect James to get more minutes again. Eh?
Fine.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough.
yeah.
Right. And speaking of a
Hmm.
manager that's not ready for this life, Arsenal won, greatest team in London, 9K still greatest team in London
Hmm.
versus Brighton. So Arsenal won, Brighton 2. Um, Xhaka with an assist, a rare return,
Yeah.
and Odegaard with a sublime. My goodness, wow, that was the only
Yeah.
good thing about the game. Just that goal. It was a brilliant goal. I, I don't want to say a lucky goal, but it was a brilliant
Hmm.
goal. I'll leave it at that. Sanchez with 3 saves. Ramsdale no save points, but Sanchez can with 3 saves, so the save point there, 2 points for him. And of course, Mwepo, I must say Mwepo had a real good game. I spoke
He did.
about
He
him
did. He
a
did.
long time ago, just before AFCON, but he would have gotten injured. So I never brought out that propaganda anymore. But in Mwepo, I would not suggesting him, but he really had a real good game. He was all over it because we had Xhaka at left back, so Mwepo had a field day. He was enjoying himself, a lot of space, and that's why he was able to do so well. Trossard with a goal, another person that we used to talk about, and then Casado with an assist. So not too bad from Brighton, but again, this could just be a flash in the pan because Brighton have not been consistent at
Yeah.
all.
They
Yeah,
not say it's a bad team, but it's just the fact that they're not
yeah,
in form.
yeah. Hey, big up Latimus all the time, bro. Thanks for passing through. Yeah, man, talking about the Champions League. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. We'll touch on that. We'll touch on that. Right? But yeah, boy. So, but because again, if you are having a bad run of form and you want to get form players, no, just play. And I'm not. This is not to be negative. This is facts. This is facts. Zaha ain't scoring 10 million years. Come and score against Arsenal. Brighton
Hmm.
have not scored in 3 games. 3 games they have not scored. They scored 2 goals. 2 goals.
Yeah. I think
Right? I'm
Ateta got
not.
his tactics really wrong. If you
What
bought
tactics?
Tavares to play left back, just chuck the boy in left back and let him sweat.
And
He
let
can't
him
be worse
learn.
than
Let
a
him learn. He's
Xhaka.
young.
Yeah,
He's young.
he
Let him
can't be worse
learn.
than
What
Xhaka. You're
must
gonna
make
rip up your
mistakes.
formation to play Xhaka as a left back or play a Trini back. Why are you doing that for? With Cedric and Trini back, you can't play Cedric and Trini back. Was it Trini
I
back or it was Trini back or it wasn't Trini back?
really back, but as again, I can't. I don't wanna.
Yeah,
Well, tactics and Ateta do not belong in the same sentence. He's a noob. He's
he
never
thinks
managed in
too
his life.
much.
He got.
Thinks too
That's
much. He
the
thinks too
only thing he
much.
learned from Pep. But I'm not going there. I'm not going
Hmm.
there. I good because I
Hmm.
try to talk about it and I'm negative. I fed up.
Hmm.
From the start, I didn't want him there. I still don't want him there. Even when he was looking okay, because you could see he overthinking, overdoing it. Even in the patch of good games, it's just players were saving him. The players were saving him. Some of the games we were not
Yeah.
good, but we move. So where does go? Yeah, boy, big up Chukwueze all the time. Yeah, boy, Chukwueze had a real good day today. Well, Adams, boy. Yeah, boy. When I saw him score, I thought about it immediately. I was like, yes,
Hmm.
Chukwueze returned. Oh God, no, I rushing. Oh, I was so excited. Sorry. I rushing. I skip a big game there, way. Now my save here. First of all, Aston Villa 0, Spurs 4. Martinez, no save points. Loris, I know you have to. I know that Loris was on fire. 8
Mm-hmm.
saves. Loris put on some saves, man. I watched that game. My goodness, I was like, wow, I should have brought in Loris. Loris was on fuego. Fuego, some real good saves. I was like, how this old man stretching this way? He was really good on the day. Right? So 8 saves for him, mash up the dance, double point return, 10 points. No, I don't even want to talk about Villa, nobody. I don't even want to talk about Kane. I have to talk about this man right here for a while. Give me an hour. You see this man right here? He
Who
has
was
been
that?
Son, I highlight him there. Son,
Okay.
son has saved my game weeks. Time and time again. You know
Hmm.
how much points I went into this game with? This game, not the weekend. I went into this game with 8 points. 8 points in you. You see how much
Hmm.
games we went through before? You
Yeah,
see how
yeah.
much games we spoke about. I went into this game with 8 points, not even 10 points. Games played Friday, 4 games or 5 games played before this game, and I went in with 8 points. And the man they made the legend son. He knew I needed him. When he needed him, he didn't do my avatar, right? He knew when I needed him most. He didn't disappear. He see, oh my goodness, boy. Hat trick. Woo!
Play awesome.
Jesus.
He play amazing. He play
Jesus.
amazing.
And then who backed him up? Kane, and I have Kane as well. Hat trick of assists. Hey,
Who's it
needed
to?
that.
Spurs player?
I brought in.
Doherty?
I sold Regulon for Doherty like a fool because he was injured. Say,
No,
well, all
it's
right,
not
the man
fool. It's not fool.
fall
It's
in the
not fool.
trap, fall in
You
the
can't
trap, and
know.
then
It's not a trap. It's not a trap. You can't predict. You can't
yeah,
predict
no,
injuries, John.
true. Because it's
You
the
can't
same
pick
thing
it.
that same me I'm to Regulon, and I had same me I'm
Yeah,
to
you
Neves.
can't.
I had Neves, and
You can't. No, but you can't pick. You can't predict the
yeah. Look,
injury.
the reason I'm upset with myself is because when Regulon got injured the first few times, I kept him. Same with Trent. I had Regulon since game week one like Trent. I never
Yeah.
dropped him. So I should have just left him and even self just have a defender,
Fair.
somebody come on off the bench.
Fair.
Like
Fair.
I was
Fair.
doing all
Fair.
the
Fair.
time.
Fair.
I should have just known. Bam, and look six, but that's okay. No spoiled milk. I take in that son, save my whole weekend. Right? So big up son all the time. Kulisevsky again.
Yeah.
Again. I don't know what else to say again. He's another great I think he has there's only what one game he has not returned in. Only one game since coming in. His debut he returned, and I think maybe his fifth game or so he didn't return. And since he's just been returning either an assist or a goal, he has been very consistent, very explosive, and again he's causing trouble for the defense because Kane now is playing as a cam, which is no problem. He is a very good distributor of the ball. And the defenders don't know who to mark because Son bombing in, Kulusevski bombing in. If Doherty playing Doherty bombing in or regular bombing in, Emerson and Royal bombing in, you don't know what to do. And then if and then Bentaker holding it and Hoiberg holding the midfield down, the pivot, you don't know who to mark. And Kulusevski, once he's given room, causing trouble. So big up all the time. I hate myself for bigging up Spurs like that, but yeah, it's just the way it
Yeah,
goes. And it's sad that I have to rely on those assets and not Arsenal assets. Size.
times have
But
changed over the last couple of
yeah,
weeks. Eh?
yeah, yeah. It's true because we weren't Spurs were not looking at looking good for fourth place, and all of a
Yep,
sudden,
yep, yep,
yeah, it's theirs to lose. It's
yep,
theirs to
yep,
throw
yep.
away. Yeah. Now we can talk about the goat, the ice cream, the cherry on top, the
Huh,
sun
yeah,
ice
boy.
cream. Because again, saved my whole weekend. I didn't get to watch the game. Someone tweeted. I should have bring up the tweet. One of our good friends to the channel. I saw she put out a tweet saying, "Here comes the fantasy pavilions. No Pookie propaganda." I was like, "What? Don't tell me boys score, you know. Don't do that." But before we get there, Krul, 3 saves. Krul was on fire. He had a real good game. And of course, Pope, 4 saves. So not too bad at all. But no returns from Burnley. So of course, when I followed the ticker, I got to see the first goal from Norwich. I was like, please send me Pookie. Please send me Pookie. Not Pookie. All right, relax. Plenty time to go. Don't worry about it. And then the man, they met the legend, the GOAT. Right? I don't care what anybody says, but he has been the best fodder striker for the entire season.
No, he
I'm
really
putting
has.
that
He
out
really
there.
has.
I'm putting that out there.
Yeah, he really
Right?
has.
He
Honestly,
has been the best
I think
fodder.
so. I think so.
Hey, big up Molina all the time. Big up, big up.
I think so. I
Right?
think so.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
he
he
has been
has.
the best.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And even
If you,
better, if
yeah.
I dare say, more reliable than a certain athlete, greatest athlete in the world, if I dare
I,
say,
I ain't going there. But what I'm trying to say is, for price points, he reached a stage where he's lumped in with Dennis as one of the few effective budget strikers in the game for this year. Dennis has fallen away to what for whatever reasons he fall away, right? But pre Afcon Dennis was lit.
correct, correct,
Yeah, he was
correct,
lit. But
correct. That yeah,
I know Pookie is just every other game
yes,
or every 3 games he
yes,
put in a little goal here or a assist there. So
taking
for
that,
under 6 million, I
yeah,
mean, yeah,
you can't go wrong. You can't
yeah,
go
yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
I'm taking that any day, Pookie, and
Yeah, I
I have
mean,
not
yeah,
dropped Pookie since Pookie has been on the 11
yeah, I mean,
playing.
yeah.
With I just said vital 2 points, vital. You know, can't
If
vex
your
with that.
partners on the pavilion had listened to you and just bring him in as a fodder, he'd already take
Instead
more
of
from the
in-
fellas on his side.
instead of Wegos,
I don't have Vegas to be honest with you, so I really can't. I don't have it,
because
so
look how hilarious this is, right? I told a particular YouTube channel and a particular group that does spaces. I told them J Rodriguez outscores Wegos. He's better than him. Blah 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 blah. Look at this, 2 points for Rodriguez. 1 point for
no. Well,
Wegos.
I went with your advice. I bought Rodriguez for this game, kind of betting on the fact that he would have done something this game,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. But he's one of
nothing
the
magic.
reasons. He's one of the reasons that Krul had to make a save. Now he was good, I know he was good, but just yeah, boy. I don't know what. Just
Burnley
but
is
the
very inconsistent. I don't know
yeah,
what it is.
yeah, boy.
Like
You mash
these
up
are the
Everton.
games. These are the games they have to win, and they're not
Yes,
winning it. They
not
win the
winning
hard
it.
games, they lose the easy games. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
I don't understand it because I wouldn't lie
Yeah,
to you. I was looking for a pummeling. I just wanted Pookie to score my goal and let Burnley do the thing because I really thought Burnley was going to
yeah.
cause
I
trouble.
honestly
But
was looking for a few goals as well from Burnley because I think the game before they scored some goals against
yeah,
a efficient side.
he's
That's
and Corny was the
yeah.
mastermind. Corny was on fire. Corny was looking good, but Corny played
I'll
well.
tell you
It
who
was
they
just a
I'll
Krul.
tell you who they scored against. Eh? They played City 31. They didn't look too bad.
No, they only lose 2-0.
Maybe really wasn't in form, you know. Maybe we
No,
just
they
don't
only
know.
lost 2-0 to City, which is not bad by their standards
Well,
because they always get
agreed,
slapped up.
agreed, agreed, agreed,
Yeah,
agreed.
not bad.
Okay, no, I think people getting chained up with this Burnley shit because Burnley in 29 lost 2-0 to Brentford. In 30 they blank. 31 they lost to City. 32 they lost to Norwich.
But
So where they
they
bring
slap
returns
up
coming from?
Everton. They slap up Everton. I think that's where everybody get gas up from. I think it was Everton.
No, but
Yes.
the stuff of Everton fighting game week
30.
when they beat
No,
not
it's
even
29. It was recent. Yeah, it was recent. They slap
no,
up.
it is not. It is not recent because
Oh Lord. So where everybody get this gas and hype from? Because everybody was hyped. It's
I
because
don't
it
know. I
disrespecting Norwich too, you know. I feel it's just that way. But I must say, kudos to Dean and the boys because let's be fair, you
yes, yes,
last in the
yes.
table and you don't
Give
have,
them
but
props.
you
Give
know,
them props.
yeah, you have nothing to fight for and it's still fighting. I know mathematically, yeah, don't laugh, but mathematically, it is still possible for them to survive. I know, but
Jar, come on, not
I
too
like
low.
to just talk about the. I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying it is still just like right. It is because if the only thing that is saving them right now is Everton's poor form. If Everton keep losing and Norwich win the rest of the games, which the games are not that terrible. As only I think Man U is the hardest thing they have next, but they have some decent games coming up on paper. And I think they could more than stop a Man U now based on what's going on. But I just saying mathematically possible. I'm not saying that they would. Hear me out, people. English, mathematically possible still. Unless if Everton win their next game, then that's it. The the Watford and Norwich fate sealed, and only Burnley have a chance to come out still. Mathematically, it's not over yet. But we move. Big up Pookie all the time. And
Yeah.
please don't go
So
buying Pookie now and heavy in them people. Please, I appreciate that. Leave him alone. Because,
so
right?
they did win the game against Everton. You were right, which was
Right.
in 30 or 31 or whatever, right?
Right.
A
Right.
rescheduled game. But before that, they wasn't really on
No.
form. They were like
No, they won't.
in and
Yeah.
outs.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
guess it's because they was doubling so often. They're playing so many
That's it.
fixtures
But you see,
so
that's it. They
close
were
between
playing
each other.
5 games straight, so it was a
Yes.
no-brainer to go for Pope. Because look, it still gets save points from Pope. It still gets some. Pope has been
Yeah.
solid. Pope is a decent asset to have from them. If you're looking for a cheap
I
and
mean,
well, he's
yeah,
not
yeah,
really
yeah.
that cheap
No, he's
now,
not
but
cheap. He's not
yeah,
cheap anymore.
he's not cheap anymore. True. But still, he's a good goalkeeper to have. Compared to the
Yeah.
others, like who have Loris? Let's be real. Nobody was thinking about Loris. Loris might be a decent, expensive keeper to have
No,
now.
well, you see, nobody bought Loris because they have three other assets around the park.
Exactly. Yada Ramsdale,
So,
who he was banking on. Let's be
mhm.
real. Ramsdale was in good form, to be fair. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Right. All right.
This one was a
Coming up.
surprise as well, eh?
Nah. No. I told Antonio no. And because glass legs. Remember West Ham?
No,
I
they,
realized West Ham
yeah.
cannot play Europe and play Premier League. They just can't.
West
They
Ham
can't.
problem is David Moyes only trusts a few players because they have some depth in their side, eh? They
Mm-hmm.
have
Mm-hmm.
players
Mm-hmm.
to replace Fornals and
Mm-hmm.
they're just missing a striker, honestly. But they have
Correct.
players, right? They have Vasilic and not getting enough minutes. Vasilic, honestly. There is midfielder called Kral. He not getting no minutes, right? They have players who could kind of come in and do a little bits, but they
True.
just he don't rotate. That's
No.
the fact.
No.
He just don't
No.
rotate.
No. Yeah. 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 He's stuck in his ways there. But I will
Yeah,
tell you.
just don't rotate.
Big up Raya all the time.
Yeah,
Big up Raya. No save points, but just big up Raya. I told you all I know. Since Raya was a missing puzzle, you could imagine if Raya didn't get injured.
yeah.
You never know. Jeez,
They
and
might have been a
they would have
mid-table
finished
team
higher.
for sure.
Yeah,
They've been
yeah,
a,
at
they might have
least
been a,
8.
yeah.
At least, yeah,
I
yeah.
would give them a
But
10th at least. Yeah,
the thing is, this is what is so important about having a good start. They started well because yes, in the middle there, especially when Ryan injured, they started to get slap up and whatnot. But they started well, so they were never in danger of relegation because they started well.
yeah.
I think they're 2
Agreed,
games
agreed,
away
agreed.
now from the 40-point safety, but I don't think 40 points is safety anymore. I think 36 or 37 is safety
For
this
this
season.
season, eh?
For
For this
this
season.
season. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
said.
this
This
season.
season. This season. So let's get into
Yeah.
the contributors. This fraud boy. I'm sorry, but how to call him a fraud boy?
You
Is
can't call
that
him an
fair?
fraud.
Is that fair? How to call this man a fraud? Oh gosh, boy. Post Banton, the postman.
Yeah, you can't
But
call him an fraud. Come
coming
on.
trumps with a goal and assist. Double returns.
Also,
Double
your boy,
points.
who also you call a
Also,
fraud.
another fraud, the biggest fraud. Tony,
Hmm.
I believed in him from game week 1 up till I don't even know, can't remember when until I finally gave up on him, but doing really well. He having some. I don't know if it's since he cut the hair. I don't know what, but all
Nah,
of
I
a sudden,
think it's
good
the fact
form.
that he's playing in a different formation with Ericsson picking up some spaces that is vital for him.
And that is a good point. He's not doing the
So,
hurricane because he was
so,
hurricaning for the first part of the season. He's not
so
hurricaning
now what going
anymore.
on with him is he had
Yeah.
to focus more on finishing and
Yes.
because
Yes.
because Embuemo now doesn't have to do as much creating
Correct.
or
Correct.
not or both of
Correct.
them does as much of the bulk of work creating and they can focus more on finishing and product assisting, etc.
And, and to
Ericsson
be fair,
will finally pass, etc.
yeah,
now.
because Tony had to play deep in the first few games of the season, like
Yeah,
and he was assisting Mbemo,
yeah,
and Mbemo missing the goal, and now
yeah.
that your
He had to
striker who's
drop
clinical,
yeah. He had to drop a lot to collect the ball from Raya to then move the
yeah,
ball forward. But now
yeah,
at Brentford they are team that can move the ball through the park. So now
yeah,
I'm thinking that
yeah,
they're looking to ball move the ball through the park,
yeah.
running through Ericsson, Ian Health, and get the ball moving forward now. So I think Brentford is, I would say, safe, knock on wood for them, hopefully.
Yeah.
And they would see them expressing their football a lot more in the last 7 games, last six
Agree.
games.
And but see, but
Yeah.
this my main problem with EPL. This is why I don't like EPL, boy, because like Lukaku, when Lukaku was at Everton, Lukaku had to come all the way down when the ball go. I find there's a structure problem with you see it with a good bit of teams, it's always mess up the strikers, and it was always don't know why the strikers not scoring. They always had to be deep.
No,
You don't see
I
that.
mean,
I don't like that's the thing I don't like about EPL, but as you say,
not
because
necessarily
now,
EPL owners do it, because it is a type of tactic now, right? Where you have a target man. You see, the point of the target man roaming in the middle of the park, like Kane does, like Tony, right? Like Darwin Nunez does in Benfica in Portugal, like the big target man or the fellas who are mobile and tall, right? And one tactic is to have the ball reach them. They knock the second ball onto somebody, a runner, and that's how they progress the ball forward rather than playing the ball through the park,
well, I have no problem with that. But see, when you watch Serie A, like look at Tammy, look at Lukaku when he was at, and you see when they watch, like
mm-hmm.
okay, when you watch those kind of leagues like Serie A, people like to talk about, but
Right?
when those teams, most of the teams have a structure and they have a talented midfield to
Yeah,
do that work. The striker just had a line up top. That's why you always get the poachers from Serie A. They give these teams like Inzaghi and these men, the Valovic and these guys. They always up and center because they're not far where they're not supposed to be out of position. And it's always because when you look at EPLs, mostly a lot of midfielders scoring the goals because they're in the space. Because where was the
well,
striker? I find that is messed up because I think as soon as Lukaku leaves and he goes back into or something like that, and he back
yeah.
in a structure where you don't have to be doing that, you will see.
No,
You
but
will
you
see the
see,
difference.
that's the difference between an elite striker and a good striker, right? Lukaku should be able to do both things, right? In terms of
We do find that unfair to be asking a striker to
nah.
come in deep.
If you're paying 100 mil for a striker, it can never be unfair for me to ask you to play
Nah,
different
man. I
roles
find
in
a
the team.
striker should just be striking because you're taking him
I
away
mean,
from where he's supposed to be.
no, I
He's not
mean,
supposed to be
I
up there with
understand.
me in the defense. He's supposed to be up the road already.
No, what I'm trying to say. So if the tactic is honestly for him to knock on the second ball to a runner and then progress the ball forward, that's the tactic. He have to play to that role. And Lukaku, for whatever reason, Chelsea and Lukaku, their issues, Tuchel hasn't worked it out yet. He's no Andrea Conte, right, in terms of tactics for Lukaku. But
Facts.
that's just how it is. Because again, he doesn't play a second striker with Lukaku,
No. And I think that is the
right?
next thing too. And
That's that's the thing. When you're the second striker, Lukaku knock it on to Martinez. Martinez moving the ball forward, spreading the play out to the wider midfielders or the wing backs in those instances, right? And then Lukaku would make his way forward, not worrying about what behind him. And then the wing backs would bring it inside. Now, Chelsea
exactly.
not necessarily knocking the ball onto a Martinez because he's not playing now with him.
Mm-hmm.
You have Mount and Ziyech and them who are a little further back that he can knock the ball onto. No, I don't watch enough Chelsea games to say
Yeah.
exactly what's the real problem. That could just be our
But it was the same
observation
thing he
now.
used to do for Everton, but he still used to score like 18 plus goals a season. But that was the same thing he used to do
Yeah, but
when
I
he
think
was
with
at
Everton too, they carry the team towards Lukaku,
yeah.
and his skill set. No, I think his skill set and and stuff change over the years as well. So he isn't that he's still fast, but I think he was just an explosive beast now.
Yeah, he
But
was explosive. That's true.
he more I would say he more refined now. But then
Yeah,
he was more explosive. So they would just swing the ball around over the top. He run on it and latching on, or he would bully his way through. But again, Moyes was playing his football to I think it was Moyes back then or Martinez. I can't be sure
Martinez. Yeah.
whoever turn coach was then, but they would gear the game towards Lukaku. Now Chelsea isn't doing that. That's just my
Guys.
opinion. I don't like I said,
Yeah, I
I don't watch
agree.
enough football. So it's a thing, but that my 2 cents.
Yeah. Of course, we had to talk about Leicester 2,
Yeah.
Crystal Palace 1. Not surprised by this. Because Crystal Palace won 2. When they're home, dangerous. When they're away,
Yeah.
sus-ish.
Yeah.
Not all the time. Big up
Yeah.
Schmeichel. I think Schmeichel should be a good consideration for keeper.
Yeah.
I
Definitely.
think
Yeah,
so.
definitely. Yeah.
Penalty
Good keepers
save.
coming up.
Penalty save. Let's get out there. Penalty save. Right? No save
That is worse
points,
boy.
but
Lord have mercy.
penalty save. Nothing there for Guaita. Drewsbury Hall. Is this a trap? Should we follow this? Should we
Yes.
jump on this? Is he at risk of rotation?
Not risk of rotation, but he's a trap.
Yeah, I good. I
Yeah.
good. Right? Madison with
You
an
could
assist.
buy
Simple.
what's this guy name? We just talked about him earlier, for 4.5, 4.6 million. You can buy Gordon
Yeah.
instead of Drewsbury Hall. Same
Yeah.
price.
Fully agree. 1,000%. 100,000% agree with you. I real good host. Real good.
Madison is the man for this team. Madison and Barnes are the fellas to
Yeah.
get in this team.
Correct.
Moving forward.
Zaha was a goal, but of course with a missed penalty,
Mhm.
so he would have lost some of his points that he should have gotten, the total points, but still a 5 points if you had him.
Yeah.
Big up to him all the time. Of course, Dewsbury Hall, Madison, and Lookman with one of the goals. A rare goal sometimes, but not a mean returner. But he has fit
Mhm.
in well at Leicester, I must say. He has fit in well.
He has, yeah,
at Leicester. Right, and I just always glad to see that Justin is back at Leicester.
How did
I really like him.
How did Mateta play in this game? You watched it?
I only watched highlights, so I didn't really get to see much of
Okay.
him. But I think he was busy. But not to say
But
anything there, not the usual.
Leicester, right? They out of the Conference League or Europa League, right? They have Justin back, Castagna back, Pereira back. I think Fofana is also back. I'm not too sure.
Yes.
Right? So the defense could be tightened up a bit.
Correct.
Or a lot more.
Correct.
That they
Correct.
could see them being more solid. So Schmeichel could be a good option.
Yeah. But for a last push now, as a last push to the end. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But right now, they have to do a nice last push to just finish a respectable position.
Yeah,
Because they were
definitely.
high up before, and now they just, so. Now, this game.
Yeah.
City 2.
Yeah.
Liverpool 2. Because you're here, I will be respectful of you, but I telling you.
You could say what you want to say. I could say the same thing sometimes.
I telling you, City should have at least 4-2. At least.
Yeah. I believe I watch pieces of the game. I couldn't watch the whole game, so I watch pieces.
Wait, this
What I
man
saw
here.
Liverpool was outplayed.
Yeah, boy. I mean,
we all
outplayed it. Yes. Let me leave this outplayed because
I would say okay. So if I would say outplayed, I wouldn't say 100% played out of the
Right.
park. It was
outpaced.
not even
because
outpaced. Honestly, I truly believe it was only because Klopp got the team selection wrong.
Okay. So talk to me. Who should have?
So from watching the game
Mm.
and pieces of it, and then watching a replay of the game, whatever, right?
Mm.
Honestly, believe by playing Henderson in this game, right, and having Henderson play the role he played as the press aggressor or press initiator, right, in most instances with Thiago, right, he left Trent stranded, and left half spaces for Bernardo, and De Bruyne to exploit.
Correct.
Because what Pep did was he dragged Bernardo back to kind of play a 6.5 near Rodri to get that half space before the press, and then to bypass the press of Henderson into the half space of De Bruyne. And then De Bruyne was roaming in a sense. He had free space to move the ball in around the pitch, right? And and then by leaving Trent and Robertson and them fellas stranded in a sense, he gave Sterling chance to run in behind, um, Jesus chance running behind, and he had Fabinho working too hard. So
Yeah.
if he had played honestly Keita, right, it may have been a different story.
Yeah.
It may
Yeah.
have just been a
I
little more
agree with that.
control in the midfield for 60 minutes and then bring Henderson on when the legs tiring and press them to win the ball up higher up. But that again, that's just us watching the game at that
Yeah.
point in time,
Correct.
right? Because honestly, I rarely say Klopp gets his choices wrong, and he really does get his choices wrong, really. And I think over the last few seasons, he's gotten more depth in squad and better at making changes in his teams, i.e., making earlier substitutions, etc. So it was good for us to get a point out of this game. The title race is still on 1 point apart, right? It's all the work for Liverpool to do, less stress on City. But may I say that City has a harder fight mentally than Liverpool.
But let me before we talk about the game, right? The player, sorry. I'm gonna be real honest with you, on paper, City
Mhm.
win the title. On paper.
No,
I only
that
say that. I only say
mhm.
that because the fixtures now. Fixtures
Yeah.
don't mean anything.
So that's exactly what Semina say how City has a harder job to do mentally. Now, make your point and I'll back it up with what I was say because
Right.
it's not a
Yeah,
losing thing.
because you could no and to me, no, because and I understand where you're coming from. No, because they have the easier fixtures. Pep and still in Champions League. Pep might overthink a game.
Yeah.
He might rotate way too hard in a game, and you
Mm.
never know. But on paper, City have it
Yeah.
now.
Definitely.
On paper,
Definitely.
you all have some tricky fixtures coming up,
Definitely. Definitely.
right? No, I mean yes, you could beat some of these teams, but it would just mean that you'll have to exert a little more of your depth to
Yeah.
beat some of the teams, right? Now,
Yeah.
thankfully, Everton are one of those teams, so I don't see your struggle in there at all.
Mm.
But you never know. It's a Merseyside derby, and no form goes
Mm-hmm.
out the
Mm-hmm.
window, and they will love to be the team that derails you all from winning
Yeah.
the league. They will love to, so
Yeah.
they'll do anything. And
Yeah.
Lampard will love to be the guy to do that, right? So, but
Yeah.
in saying that, I think y'all will be I think your foot will be on the pedal a little more than City because
Yeah.
City looking ahead. All right, cool. We could put out a certain team and deal with these teams with yours, and
Yeah.
then Champions League. So, but
Yeah.
what do you think? What do you think? Where you think you would? You think the Champions League, depending on who you're getting semis, of course, you think that will trail
No,
off a
see,
little bit?
semis already booked, right? So the semis laying out like this. So the semi for Champions League is Liverpool, Villarreal, City, City Atletico versus Real, right? That's how the groupings were initially done when they draw the quarterfinals. So Liverpool has to play Villarreal once beaten Benfica, and City or Atletico would play Real in the semis. And then it
Damn.
gears up to the fact that it could be a City Liverpool final in Champions League, right? Could very well be that. And then
Ain't you all
it's
meeting up in
all
the FA Cup soon too, if I'm not
in the
mistaken?
semifinals. Correct,
Right.
correct.
Godfather.
So reason why I say what I say is because it's harder to be the one leading the chase
Mm.
than chasing.
Mm-hmm.
So City has,
Mm-hmm.
and it's only 1 point, eh? So
Mm-hmm.
City has to set the pace. Liverpool chasing. City slips, mind games go crazy
Mm-hmm.
for them dropping points, and they could crumble because they don't have the mentality monsters of what's his name, company anymore,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
They don't have them
Correct.
anymore to galvanize that team. They do have De Bruyne, Fernandinho, right? Who else is there? Walker, right? They have the fellas who's won it before, but Liverpool tend to push their buttons a lot. So there's just a personal standpoint. I believe it's better to chase than being the leader, but
Correct. Correct.
obviously I would have wanted to win the game and be ahead
Yes.
and
Yes.
to be ahead. But Man City does have the easier running. I'm not gonna lie, but they have a lot of they have their work to do now. They have to be
Yeah,
Atletico
of
tomorrow,
course, of
right? They
course,
have real work to do tomorrow,
of course.
right? They're gonna be tired. They have to be Liverpool twice in the semi-finals of FA Cup. Both teams gonna play, so it's basically gonna be tactics galore constantly. That's gonna be draining, right? They have Diaz coming back for them, which is good for them, right? Um, so I don't know. I don't know.
Pressure.
It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be one of those
Yeah.
seasons again where 1 point win it all or one game define it or whatever.
Well, I was on a podcast last night and I was telling them that I am not a fan of either team, obviously, on a while back, but my stomach in flux remembering that Manu City title fight, boy, when Aguero scored that
Hmm.
that my stomach in flux. I telling you, because it reminded me, it gave me
Yeah.
real tension. I was
Yeah.
just watching it unfold, because especially following the content weekly like this
Yeah.
and you see what going on, I will
Yeah.
like I am it this
Yeah.
worse than when you all missed it by that ball, when the ball
So so
this worse.
that was ridiculous. I didn't want to think about that. That was the
Yeah,
worst.
sorry.
But but that season we lost by a point as well, 97, 98, right? Liverpool's team now is arguably stronger than that team.
Correct.
They have
Correct.
more depth.
Correct. Correct.
So and City arguably has, I would say, the same level of team, or maybe they're a bit stronger too because they have, the ASEAN or whatever, right? But Liverpool has a lot stronger bench. So Firmino doesn't play often anymore because they have Jota starting as the centre forward. He could jump in. He could jump in at the semi-finals against them in the thing and change the whole game, right? You have Diaz again too, who stretch games like crazy, right? Jota, who should be finishing chances more than he is right now, right? Salah, who look real up to this game, I ain't gonna lie. He looked like he's catch back a bit of form.
A teensy
His
bit. A teensy bit. Yeah, yeah. You got the assist. Yeah.
when I say a bit of form, I mean the games before his touch had deserted him now, but
Yeah.
now you see the touch kind of back there, the ball sticking to his feet. He puts in a beautiful assist, right? He look
Yes.
up for this game, so I think he's ready for the running as well. He want to make sure he secure that Golden Boot and that Ballon d'Or charge and that $400,000 contract he's trying to get. I think he up for
For
it.
real.
So this is for our next great season. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I just hope it turns out our my favor.
Viva,
So
for sure.
yeah, we'll see.
So of course, a big game like this, some people might have been coward and not wanted to start their
Yeah.
Cancelo, and all the people sold them. I don't know if anybody brought them back. And people might would have been on the get rid of Trent train and bring in Robertson
Mm.
train, right?
Or even sell both of
Robertson
them or don't
train,
start them.
right? Or yeah, all that, or even the Matip
Mm-hmm.
train. Well, I am not here to say anything outside on any debate,
Mm.
but please keep Trent Alexander out your mouth. I'm tired defending for the season. Stop it. Stop it. The man is the greatest. Full stop. Right? Cancelo is the second greatest. Full stop. Just leave it there. Stop this. Just stop it. This was a real big game, and as Shamir pointed out earlier, he was under a lot of pressure. Right? You
Yeah.
people like to say he can't defend. No problem. No problem. But he held his own because it could have been worse, and he did it. He was literally on his own. He was on his own. He had no
Yeah.
kind of cover because the other guys busy and have their hands full as well too. It was a real
Mm-hmm.
tough game for him, and he showed his his mental metal, and he really, really came up on
Yeah.
top. A real product. KDB, the man, the myth, the legend. If a lot of
Yeah.
people will fight, I think this is the game now that show everybody
Yeah.
will try and buy him. I mean, not butter. I
Now
think I'm
it was
okay.
a deflected goal, eh? I mean the
Yeah,
goal was
yeah.
crappy, but
But
he informed. He
you
informed.
have to shoot to get
Yeah,
the goal, and
he
he does
informed. He
that. That's what I
informed.
like
He
about him.
informed.
He
He
was
informed.
shoot.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was a big deflection, but he informed. So he
yeah.
shoot this
This
shot now.
fraud,
So
this fraud, this fraud,
yeah,
right? This fraud.
yeah,
Bernardo Cavani, Jesus with a goal, right? A rare goal. I haven't seen him in
a
a
rare
while.
start,
Yes,
and
that
goal. To
too.
be honest with
No,
you,
well, again, Pep thinking ahead of Atletico, so that is
mm,
why I think he would have done things like this. And of course, Salah with an assist, Trent with the assist, Jota and Mane with the goals. Have to big up
yeah,
Mane again. People like to talk about Mane, but Mane has been quietly consistent, quietly.
yeah.
So let's see what
I
he does
think
again.
I think the problem with Mane is that you can't have both in your side.
Well,
You
that's it.
either go
And
Salah
people
or
rather go
Mane.
Salah.
And people are obviously rather go Salah because 10 to 1 he does bring a bit more points than Mane. A bit, yeah? And it does be negligible sometimes.
Yeah.
Some seasons it's be like 20 points difference or 10 points difference, you know. So I always go Salah because he's my favorite player. But it's hard to choose between two of them.
Yeah.
They're both so pricey.
All right, so guys, we have to just talk about our teams, our performances. So we did show you all the facts, show you all the ugliness, show you all everything. You know, we don't hide at all. No, no, Papa, you. What's the
81
81
points.
points, 185k. Know what? I
You're
want to
moving
show you
up.
what get. Oh, yeah, moving up, hoping to at least drop that one and be 85. I can live with that. And I
Fair.
think on project we could to do it. Cross the 2,000 points as well too. So I'm real glad for that. And I mean, 185 out of 9 million. I'm not good at maths, you know, but Samir, I take.
No. So I saw a tweet recently, right? So, and you could chime in on this one as well. These the elite managers tend to be ones who finish in the top 10k, right?
Mm-hmm,
Elite managers normally.
mm-hmm,
Now,
mm-hmm.
that's being said, consistently coming in top 10k, right? Or at least finishing top 10k is a good manager, right?
Shout out
If
to
you're
Dan
following,
Bennett. Continue.
right? Yeah, he's the goat. But
Right.
just like him finishing top 10k every year is crazy, right? But I saw you talking about how the new top 10k is now 50k
Mm.
because there's the volume of managers is ridiculously high, 9 million, and then out of the 9 million, I'm sure half is active users, so that's
Correct.
4.5 million. Out of
Correct.
that 4.5 million of active users, I'm sure at least 2 million, 1 million is following FPL content. And they're making informed decisions and choices based on people who have done it, been there and done it in the past. So it's even harder now to get in the top 10k. Not that being said, if you do it, you do it. You're a regular manager, but it's harder now, right? Finish top 10k. So top 50k is now where if you finish there, you're a good manager.
Yeah.
You're above good right now.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
I think
Taking that.
yeah,
Right. So as you can see, I dragged master that son
hmm,
literally came in the trenches, had his gun on his hip, and was just dragging me in the warfield, bringing me home. So that I'd swapped out Regan for Dirty, right? Cancelo and Trent, key assist, taking that with a vital 3 points score. He was a though 2 points. That 2 points crucial, right? So I'm happy for that. Bowen, I brought in Bowen, 2 points. I was gonna
hmm.
bring in Rafinha instead, no, but I said I'll bring in Bowen. Right, Saka, nothing. Son, of course, the GOAT 42 points, taking that because I captain him. The greatest striker this season, and care nobody say Pookie, the boss. I must get somebody to put some stats and break down his stats. But let's look at this real quickly. I don't wanna keep boy all, but what's this, huh? What so match day 3, 7, 5, 6. Skip a few, quiet. 11 was 9, 12 was 8. Skip one game again, 14 was 8. Right? Skip a few, come down the road. 23 was 5, 24 was 9. Skip a few again, 28 was 8. Then, no, I lied, 20, yeah, 20. So 28 and 29, yeah, double game week, right? Get a double game week with Brentford and Chelsea and scored 8 and 7 points. Chelsea and Brentford, like, let's be real. Leeds, he scored against the 5 points in game week 29, and then 9 here against us.
So you have 11 returns overall, 9
So
goals,
I
2
mean,
assists.
not bad.
Yeah.
Taking that compared to the other strikers out there that you have been loading and pushing, I taking that. Kane, can't go wrong with Kane, the best midfielder in the league right now, right?
Hmm.
Doing really well. And like I said, lack of threat, but 2 points taken out, nothing on the bench. I was frightened with the Fabinho on the bench. I wouldn't lie, but I'm
The
glad
Raya
nothing
hurting
happened.
your boy.
And Ryan, yeah, but man, that's all right. That's all right. Ryan, I'm not upset with that. I might swap. I don't know what to do in yet with the whole free hit vibes. Before I bring up a team, let me just show you who our league leader is. I have to big them up all the time. Right, so we have Sean Glowden, Maximan. So of course, let's see what he did, what brought him the goals. So 77 points. His rank is 500k. So Martinez, nothing. Robertson, nothing. Gabriel, wow. So Cancelo. So his midfield is what saved them a bit. So Ben Rahman, one Saka, one Rafinha, Madison Son. He captain Kane and he had Tony. So not too bad.
Yeah, that Tony shot a good shot, bro.
Yeah, that's what saved him. Nothing to cry about
Yeah.
on the bench. So yeah, big up to you, bro.
Yeah.
We want to try and get in contact with you. We have to talk to you. So if you're seeing this, anyone knows this guy, let us know. We're trying to get into contact with him. Thanks very much. Let's bring up Shamir's team really quickly.
My team, yeah. Baba Dog's howling right now. Howling at the terrible performance, 67 points. Well, I would say, boy, this is a team that was kind of holding on some transfers for. I did 2 transfers this game week. I moved out Bernardo for Son. Brilliant move, thank God, finally got him. And I swapped out Jimenez for Rodriguez as a punt. It worked out. So Ramsdale, honestly expected him to keep a clean sheet, didn't. Doherty got injured. Robbo and Trent against it. Robbo Trent cancelled against each other. Now, my thinking was, it's a calculated guess. I bet against the big guns. They must have some goals in it. The wing backs always provide, right? Now I got 9 out of from 3 players. I will take it. When they concede 2 goals each,
Yeah.
I will take it, right?
Yeah.
Rafinha 10 points, captain to the long haul. He may be a quick sell for me recent soon, but we will see how it works out for that one. Captain Salah because he's a big game player. In hindsight, which is the devil, but I should have gone Son against Villa, but
Yeah. But to be fair, you had Kulusevski, so that was good cover. It was good cover.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
to an extent. But
Good cover. Yeah.
if I think about it, I would have gone to the moon, not to the moon, but I would have gone a good bit of more spaces. Some rank up if I had Son instead of Salah. To be honest, I'd have pulled minus 560.
What's your current rank now?
110 or 180 or something like that.
All right. Nice.
So 62 plus 21 would have been 83. So 83 points out of 83 instead of 67. So yeah. So I had Son, thank God I got Son. Kubalski was there for a while now. Well, Rodriguez, Watkins on the bench, Inner on the bench, Brohide on the bench, Sanchez on the bench. So my plans for next week, honestly, between using 1 free hit or -4, and then wildcard in 34, or wildcard in 33 to prepare for a bench boost in 36.
Ooh, we still had that BB. Oh.
So that more than likely is my thinking per se. So I may wildcard this week here and start to prepare for coming up, but still thinking. I still have to decide because I'm not too sure how I want to set up my team for 36. Yeah.
Right. Well, my plan, I have 3 hits in, right? Yes, I know already have these doublers, but waste of time. I ain't even bothering, right? So I'm gonna free hit, and the games that I'm planning to tackle, the doublers I should say are planning to tackle. I tackling Leicester for sure,
For
right?
sure.
Because they're playing Castle and Everton. I think those are the best.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not underestimating Castle. They could probably concede, but I'm gonna bring in Schmeichel so far as my keeper target so far. Right? I wanted to get a keeper that was at home, but I think that Schmeichel might be the best option given the teams that we have. Brighton, Dublin, but no thanks. Right? No thanks. Maybe just a cheap enabler, maybe because it's the free hit.
Maybe
I'm gonna go ham.
Trossard
Yeah,
if
I'm gonna go ham in the 11, like real hard, real expensive in the 11, and just put some cheap enablers on the bench. Maybe one solid enabler on the bench and leave that away.
Yeah.
Of course, Arsenal Dublin. So I will think about it. I'm not sure. As I say, I think that's
why
it
bet
for me. And
against Saka or Lacazette? Keep one.
yeah,
do
but
one.
that's it for me and Arsenal assets. Remember, I told her in the
Yeah,
group
you did,
since
you
the
did,
Crystal
yeah, you
Palace
did, yeah.
game, get rid of all your assets
Yeah.
from Arsenal. I did say that. Again, quickly, I made Southampton, Dublin, right? So maybe a Bruges or no, Che Adams. Sorry, Che Adams is on my list.
Okay.
I love him. I rather him than Bruges, so I may go Che Adams. Burnley, Dublin. So DJ Rodriguez and maybe Pope as a next keeper, but having Pope and
Burnley
Schmeichel
plays
might
who?
make
West
sense.
Ham and who? West Ham and who they play?
Burnley playing West Ham and Southampton. Not
Okay.
too
All
bad.
right. Fair.
And
Fair.
they would
Fair.
have played
Okay.
a tired West Ham, so it's not too bad, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, just go J. Rodriguez. I mightn't bring in Pope if I bring in Schmeichel. It don't
Fair.
make sense. Might just go
Okay.
a cheap keeper. Might don't make sense bringing in Pope and Schmeichel. So I'll
Newcastle
just go
doubles as
Schmeichel.
well.
Newcastle Dublin as well. So I'm looking at Shaw and or Burn probably, but maybe Shaw, mostly just Shaw, and I might leave it just there. Maybe. And maybe Wood, but no, just Shaw. I'm looking at Shaw alone from
Not
Newcastle. And I
Dubravka.
mean, yeah. We see if I have Dubravka and remember I trying to go real expensive on the 11. So Shaw,
Dubravka is
Dubravka.
4.4. Eh?
Ooh, Dubravka is 4.4. Alright, so Dubravka and Schmeichel mightn't be a bad shout. But I
At least
started
if you have
Schmeichel.
them, make a last minute choice. Pick
Yeah.
between either
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm more so from a brain set on Schmeichel. A brain
Sure.
set on Schmeichel. Yeah.
Man
Isn't
needs doubles
you
as well.
only yeah, well, that's fine. I'm glad for them. Real glad. That's nice.
No
Thanks for pointing
Fernandez.
that
No
out.
Fernandez.
I'm not sure. Maybe Sancho, even Ilanga. Ilanga is on my mind.
Give me
Quicker
1
go
second. Eh?
Ilango. Yeah. Ilango, But yeah, guys, that's really my choices and options that I'm looking at there for this double. We will go more in depth, maybe Friday or so. We were trying to work on a show for Friday. But yeah, let us know who you're thinking of doubling. Let us know your points were for the game week. Um, who you're
Yeah.
targeting because again, the fixture is not terrible, but it's just mixed. And
Yeah.
of course, there's some good single game week games as well too that we
Mm-hmm.
should be targeting.
Salah
City
versus
playing
Man U
Brighton.
last game
Yeah,
was kind of spicy. Could be spicy
right.
again this game week.
Yeah, no, I may free it and
Yeah.
I'm bringing him in. Me as a free it, no.
And
I
Spurs
could,
plays Brighton, so
yeah.
again could be
Well, I mean,
spicy
well, you
as
know
well.
me, there's a no brainer
Yeah.
there. So that's why
Yeah.
I'm not the single game weeks are enticing me a lot because I could bring in some single game
Yeah,
week
but you're not
asset I
free
didn't
hitting to
have.
bring in single game week players only.
No, bring
You
it
gotta
to double,
balance.
exact. But I have to
Yeah.
you can't I'm not one of those that go gone who on the double and then
Yeah,
forget the
you have to
singles. You have
balance. You
some
have to
good
balance.
single players. Have some you have as I said, you
Yeah.
have City, you have Liverpool, you have Spurs.
Yeah.
Automatically Kulusevski and Son have to be in that team. I don't want
Yeah.
to hear anything. No ifs, no buts. Have to be in
Yeah.
that team. Against Brighton, have to be.
Yeah.
As I say, I may just a one Brighton player. Of course, I may bring in Pookie as a cheap enabler just for kicks,
Yeah.
maybe, depending on the other doublers, right?
Yeah.
Or the other strikers. Che Adams for sure is one of my strikers. So Che,
Yeah.
maybe Pookie and J. Rodriguez might be my front three.
Yeah.
Might.
Well,
Might.
I guess
I mean,
we'll go more in depth
yes.
for the preview.
We're looking at Friday or so that we'll probably do a preview,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
guys, we're looking to wrap up there. Of course, don't forget
Yeah.
the content that we have lined up for this week. So, of course, tomorrow, IPL, about maybe
5
5
o'clock.
p.m. or so. Yeah, 5 p.m. So,
Yeah.
with Shamir,
Yeah.
Dino, and hopefully Antonio.
Yeah.
Don't know where Antonio is. I hope he's in a did
Yeah.
somewhere. All right, because I don't know where
Nah,
he
he's
is. He
fine.
didn't
He just was
say.
busy,
Yeah, maybe
celebrating.
celebrating, right? Because he didn't say
Yeah.
anything at all, right? But
Yeah.
so of course we have the informative Dino and we have the informative Shamir coming in tomorrow. I must say you all know
I'll
your
try my
stuff
best.
really well. Yeah. And then of course you have F1. We have to review Albert Park. It was another brilliant race. Leclerc with but this was his most comfortable race, so we'll get into more of that. And Friday's the holiday here, so we might do something Friday. If not Thursday, but Friday, we're trying to target to do a
Sure.
relaxed free hit draft and, of course, a preview of Game Week 33. So, guys, you all be safe. We hope that your arrows were green and we hope that you all did well in your mini leagues as well and beat your opponents who have frustrated you. Right? So, we're signing off with that one. Of course, be safe out there and we'll see you all in the next one. And good luck in the Champions League for tomorrow for those who are still playing Champions League fantasy. Take care.